Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Verasity, doing a little follow-up video on some of the more recent news that's coming out on it. If you like these kinds of videos and this kind of content, definitely like, comment, and subscribe and stay till the end so that way you can get the full gist of what I'm about to give you. Before we begin, I just gotta say one thing though. This is not financial advice and we don't accept any liabilities for loss that you may incur. Everything here is strictly for news and research purposes. So with that in mind, you should be able to enjoy this video. So what are we talking about? Verasity, said it before, and I'll say it again because I love this fucking coin. Right now it's at about 6.5 cents. It's been relatively stable at its all-time high. Obviously it dipped a little bit, and it's been more or less generally going up minus that little drop from the 8 cent mark or 8.5 cent mark. But, I'm not too worried because even if you look here, it looks like it's formed reverse head and shoulders, which is pretty bullish. Had that big jump and people are definitely accumulating. That's how I'm seeing it. Its market rank, it's not even in the top 100 yet. Market cap still very small, only 300 million. Very small for what this coin and project is tackling. And the circulating supply isn't outrageous. It's not like it's a number that we can't see it hitting at some point or another. So, me personally, I'm looking at Verasity right now and I'm thinking this may be the time to load the dip and get ready for the next leg up. And I'm going to explain why. Verasity since the beginning has been a project that is consistently hitting all of its roadmap destinations. Every time they mark something down on their roadmap, the company has a tendency of always getting it done. They aren't a company that's delivering false promises. They say they're going to do it. It usually gets done within the quarter. And they might even do things that are slightly different, but still knock off those same tasks. I'm going to go over it right now with you guys. Their Twitter's been really active. As you can see here, top 10 most mentioned cryptocurrencies on Twitter. You have Bitcoin, Velas, which I've never heard of. Ironically, considering that it's one of the most talked about on Twitter. I'd probably have to look into it a bit more. VeChain, Ethereum, Shiba Inu, and then in 6th place, you have Verasity. That's interesting. So now Verasity is officially starting to roll into the mainstream. That's pretty cool. That's pretty simple, but it's a pretty big metric because Twitter has a tendency of making things go viral. Next. VRA Esports. They rebranded their esports competition platform as VRA Esports, and now they're officially partnered with Axie Infinity. And you can see that right here. As you can see right here, it's an exclusive partnership to make it so that whenever there's an esports tournament for Axie Infinity or any big developments for Axie, VRA Esports is A, going to be the place that hosts it, and B, it's going to be something that you could add into a blockchain to check for validity of NFTs and to prevent NFT frauds. So we've clearly seen that there's a large issue with frauds in the NFT space, and having something like Verasity is really good for the NFT space because it'll wipe out a lot of fake accounts, fake addresses, fake pictures, fake this. So it's going to make this whole joke of like, oh, you have a JPEG, I'm just going to screenshot it and it's done. Like, that's going to be done. Eventually, things like that you won't be able to do on exclusive art on exclusive platforms. And anyone who tries to do that and then sell their own, it's going to be wiped out by this kind of software. So with those two things in mind, we know esports is only growing and getting bigger and getting bigger. So Veracity's tackling that esports. They're taking out the fraud aspect of NFTs, which is pretty big market share if you ask me. They were also talking about how they're more or less doing some stuff with Counter-Strike. Like they're already hosting the biggest Counter-Strike competitions, but they're saying that those viewers and those numbers, those statistics of people watching Counter-Strike is only getting bigger. And they're saying that esports will, be similar to the sports of the future. People are going to watch coordinated team games of like Counter-Strike or League of Legends or whatever your poison is, pick your poison. And it's going to be very interesting because people will be able to interact with each other via micropayments on these platforms. And it's complicated because once it becomes a gaming token, I don't know how the government's going to approach that. I don't know how they're going to tackle that. Because if they want to regulate these kinds of things, it's one thing to regulate money. It's another thing to regulate its security. Hell, it's another thing to regulate art. How are they going to tackle video game currencies? Because that's where this whole meta thing is going. The blockchain just has a way of changing. The technology just changes. And then once it changes, good luck switching millions of dollars of regulations that you're setting in place, or billions rather, and then having to restart from scratch. That's not easy. And the thing is, everything moves to games afterwards. Good luck regulating that. Because in-game currency can't really do much with that. People have been selling gold on World of Warcraft for years. People have been selling materials on RuneScape for years. People have been selling Counter-Strike skins for years. How the hell are you going to regulate that? They are so fucked and they don't know it. Because by the time they figure out how to regulate it, guess what? It's going to move to another level. They're going to waste their money regulating it. And by then, the dollar, their whole thing will be fucked. Now, that's more or less my 2 cents on that. We've also seen how big Axie Infinity grew, and this is an exclusive partnership with them. I actually have a friend. He's a big Axie dude. He runs a lot of teams, and he's going to be running a lot of Axie funds soon. He was talking about potentially making it a public Axie fund, and if it ever does, you know what I mean, I'll let you guys know, because he's fucking awesome. But till then, keep it as a it's coming soon kind of thing. And when it comes out, you guys will know about it. Especially the people who are in my Discord when they sign up to the Patreon. That should be launched by the time these videos come out. The next thing that I wanted to mention was this. Right now on CoinGecko, VRA is the #1 most researched coin, over Paraswap, PokerBridge, Mini Doge, Taboo Token, so on and so forth. And that's a really good sign when you see Verasity as one of the trending searches, because that means now it's getting into the public eyes. We're in price discovery right now. At 6.5 cents, we've hit price discovery. And when we hit price discovery, that's where the real inflow comes in. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Binance is one of the people loading up on this token, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's going to be one of the next major listings. This, Verasity, and Blocktopia, I think are going to be some of the next major listings from Binance, because there's just too many clues. And CoinGecko, by the way, is owned by Binance. So that should give you an idea. So there's that, plus Binance is going to be opening a virtual office in Blocktopia. I mentioned that in a previous video. You should definitely check it out if you haven't heard of Blocktopia yet. Then VRA Esports, that's the rebranding. I'm just showing you the Twitter page here, making a few changes, so on and so forth. Now, this is the next thing I wanted to mention, was this. Seven hidden and undervalued crypto innovators disrupting the NFT industries. So Verasity was put here, but they also have a few other things, and I'm gonna leave something for this. I'm gonna leave this article in the source description too as well. Verasity is the second one on the list. So you have NFT launch and then Verasity. NFT launch is one of the things that really it stood out to me. We'll go over it maybe in a separate video, because I just found out about it today, so I need to actually look into it more. But I like NFT launch as well, the idea, because the whole point is that they're creating an NFT launch pad that allows you to prevent the idea of a gas war by charging X amount of percentage on all token sales and unstaking fees and so on and so forth. Like they're more or less testing the waters to break down the whole gas war problem with Ethereum. And to be honest, gas wars are one of the reasons why I think Ethereum is one of the biggest overpriced shitcoins in the world right now. It's just because the gas fees are disgusting. They're disgusting. No one should have to pay that much for a picture of a JPEG. We'll take that up on another video. So, Verasity. Verasity is primarily known for its patented proof-of-view technology and the highly successful esports Fight Club platform, now rebranded as VRA Esports. What many crypto enthusiasts don't know about Verasity yet, however, are the company's most recent ventures in the NFT space. This is where it gets interesting. In a recent interview, former Cardano and now Verasity CMO Miriam Majoub told us that Veracity's next steps on the roadmap include a Spotify-like marketplace where game publishers can sell skins and other in-game items as NFTs without losing out on the revenue generated by those sales. This is in stark contrast to the current NFT items in the gaming industry, which are traded on third-party platforms without any profit share for game publisher. In addition, this platform, Verasity, has recently received a notice of allowance for an extension to its proof-of-view patent, which now also includes an ownership verification tool for NFTs. Currently, ownership fraud is seen as a massive problem in the NFT industry, and since everyone can essentially mint a picture or other file as an NFT regardless of whether they are its actual creator/owner. That's going to be fucking huge. Because if NFT gaming becomes huge, and NFTs become huge, and it becomes the next big thing, this is what's going to be making sure that your JPEGs aren't being screenshotted and sold to people as fakes. It's going to knock out that whole thing. So fake views, fake NFTs, fake ads, they're all going to go. This is a big project. It's only getting bigger and bigger as it progresses. Now, these are more or less what they were saying. You know, this is the last thing that I wanted to more or less go in on here is, you know, they have the esports Fight Club store coming out. These are the updates that are coming right around the new year, so December 31st or earlier. And with Verasity, they have a tendency of doing everything earlier, which is one of the reasons why I'm so bullish on this project, because their team is just banging out everything. And I'll even show you how their roadmaps look over the years, and you'll be like, oh, okay, like that's solid. Now, right here, Esports Fight Club store. They're launching their first marketplace for gamers during Q4. Ad fraud detection with proof of view. View verification, proof of view, and EFC ticketing support. So basically the ability to, I guess, buy your tickets for these esports events. I don't know if you realized, but all these things have a shit ton of votes. 1,000 votes, and 99% on every single one of them agrees that this is real, it's coming, and it's not a shill or a fake thing. And you could go on coinmarketcal.com, and you could find a lot of events as they're happening. That's one of my strategies whenever I'm doing research on a token. I like seeing what major news events are coming out beforehand and placing my bets, buy the rumor, sell the news. Standard trading style. Most people will see that it's successful in most cases, but it's not financial advice. These are what it's tackling, and it's probably going to be getting done within the next month and a half. If those 4 things get done, that'll be added to the long list of things that have been knocked out from its roadmap. Look at this. Look at all these check marks. And it started in 2017. Look at that. Q3. Bam. Then Q4. And look, all these years, it's just been cranking everything out. Look at all these check marks. Nothing on its roadmap has been missed. Up to this point. Everything has been a hit. And now we're seeing the end of Q3. You know, and we're in Q4 now. And Q4 is where they're knocking everything out. And we're going to see, just like we've seen up to this point, there's going to be a long list of check marks here. And if anything isn't finished in Q4, it'll be finished very likely early in Q1. Because this isn't a team that's known for sleeping. And as you can see here, they have some things going on. I'm going to leave the link for Verasity.io, and you could look into the roadmap yourself and see really how hard this team works. And more or less, as I watch this project grow and get bigger and get more and more steam behind it, it makes me realize, like, yeah, this one's a solid project. I was happy I got into it, and I'm happy that I told the people to get into it at this point. Because, like, being in my position isn't exactly easy. To be able to bring you guys this information and then, you know, be sure that what I'm giving you is always going to be 100 no matter what. So this is one of those things where, like, I've seen the progression of Verasity and a lot of other projects that I've called on this channel and in my group up to this point. And I'm happy. I'm happy because so far it's all been going very well. Now, naturally, once again, I'll say it again because I love to say it, It's not financial advice. And I do love you all. So because I love you all, I'm going to tie up this video on basically what we just finished up here. And I'm just going to say, if you stayed till the end, thank you so much for watching. Once again, like, comment, and subscribe, because you just want to hear my beautiful voice more and more. And then from there, definitely check out our Patreon. It's coming very soon. And take care.